Hey guys, so on this project, we did a couple of cool things. We did some cool deck lighting, which I'll show you some videos on. We did some peak and accent lighting. We did a lot of tree lighting, some down lighting to create that moonlighting effect, which I love so much. So I just wanted to talk to you about a couple of those things. One question I always get asked is with our uplights, do they come with a ground stake? And yes, they do. And it's actually, in my opinion, from all the ones we've seen, it's easily the most durable one that you'll find out there. I'm gonna do another light smash video where I'm going to let my kids take their new golf clubs, maybe not their brand new ones, but their golf clubs to some of these, so you guys can really see how well built these are and how solid those ground stakes are. All the lights also come pre-installed now with our LED bulbs, unless you're looking for something specialty, whether it be beam angle or that kind of stuff. And the nice thing I like about these is that it's very easy to go and just switch out the bulb if you're looking to put something else in there, which is why this is one of my favorite options, especially for any do-it-yourselfers, but even for us, because even on this project, when I came back at night and checked some things, there was a couple lights that just, they were either too bright or the angle wasn't quite right or whatever, and all I had to do was come back the next day and swap out the bulb as opposed to rewiring a new fixture in. So that's why we like those. So I just wanted to touch on that and show you some other cool ways that you can use this light to mount it in different applications. Hey guys, really hope you guys enjoy this video from this next project that we did on Salt Spring Island, which is on the west coast of Canada, just a very small remote island off Vancouver Island. We're going to walk you through all kinds of things, and how this project kind of got started was somebody who reached out for just a free consultation. We showed them a whole bunch of ideas and really liked what we had to do, and in this case, luckily it's close enough, even though it's about 1,200 kilometers away and a couple ferries to get there. It's one that we're going to actually go and physically install ourselves, but we've done projects all over Western Canada, even down in the southern US, where people have got their own do-it-yourself kits, and we got so many videos online where I know you guys can do it yourself, but if you want that extra touch and you want us to come and actually help you design it on site, help you with some of the wiring and all that kind of stuff, we can definitely do that. Obviously, if we're having to go across the continent, it's tough for us to bring all our tools and special things, so there's an amount of labor required on your guys' end, but we do those on-site consultations too, and we love doing those because I love putting lights in everywhere. I see your guys' houses from all over the US and all over Canada, and for me to get a chance to go there and physically play around with lights and put them in different spots on the property and really see what is going to look best is, for me, it's a real treat, and it helps me to learn too, because there's different plants all over our continent, there's different houses, there's different styles, and to be able to work with all those across the US and Canada is really cool. So I know with our free consultations, we can definitely help you guys come up with a good design, but if you're wanting to spend that little extra more to really get it done, where we come on site and walk you through everything and help you with the design and all that, you can always reach out to us too. Just send me an email and we'll definitely see what we can do. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks again so much for watching, all your comments, all your support through all the craziness that's going on. We really appreciate it. It's really been a great year for us, and I know so many of you guys have done projects and shared your pictures, which I am going to have a video of that coming up pretty soon, where you can see actual do-it-yourselfers where we had nothing to do except help them with the design and the consultation, and they put in everything on their own, and it looks as good as any professional design that I've seen, and better than probably 90% of the landscapers and different people out there that I see putting in lights, that when you just don't know quite what to do and don't have that extra guidance, it can look like you're trying to land a plane. It can be overwhelming, it can be underwhelming. We really want to get it just right without going over the top. So again, enjoy this video. I'm going to take you along as we travel 1,200 kilometers, roughly 800 miles or so, all the way to the west coast, and really walk you through this project with some great do-it-yourself tips. So thanks again for watching, guys. So now for mounting lights on trees, whether it be downlighting or even uplighting, because sometimes when you're around the base of a tree, there's so much stuff going on. Maybe it's not maintained. You need to get that light up a little bit. These tree mount stakes are my favorite. The reason I like these is a couple of reasons. One, they're super easy to install. Basically, you just kind of gently hammer it in, and then you just screw this right into the tree. The reason I like that is because as trees grow, and I see this all the time, eventually that tree is going to grow over that light unless you can keep moving it out. The nice thing is, once a year, maybe every couple years, you go and you just back this off a little bit so that light never gets engulfed by the growth of that tree. So that's why I like these. Super easy to install, and it allows you to easily let the light grow with the tree. And again, super easy to install. So instead of the ground stake that usually comes with our uplights, what you do now is you just screw this right into your mounting bracket. Something I will say, and I don't have them in front of me right now, but all these lights come with a 10-foot lead wire. Some of the down lights come with a little bit longer ones, but if you need to extend that wire, usually what we do is just using some shrink wrap connectors, and you can go check on YouTube. Just Google lighting doctor shrink wrap connectors, and we'll show you some ways how we go just extend this wire. But one thing I would say is do that on the ground before you go and mount the tree, because it's a lot tougher to do that when you're up in a ladder than it is when you're on the ground. But shrink wrap connectors is a nice, easy, clean way to go and extend that wire so that it reaches all the way to the ground. And a good tip for tree lighting, especially if you're doing down lighting where you're going to have that tree, this light up in the tree. I'll talk about a couple things there, but is make sure to leave a lot of extra wire looped around the ground and buried, because what's going to happen is, again, is as that tree grows, you want to leave room to pull that wire up. And I'll show you some other cool ways that you can go and some tools that you can use to do that. So again, along those same lines of mounting the lights up in the tree, the one thing you want to do is you want to allow for that wire to also grow, along with being able to have that tree or the light expand out as that tree grows. You also want to have it expand so it can grow up. So the one way you do that is, one, like I said, you leave lots of extra wire buried in the ground at the base of the tree. And then the other thing is, if you want to fasten those lights to the tree, I would recommend going and getting some of these zip ties with screw holes. I also use these a lot if we're mounting lights under a deck and stuff, and I don't want the light or the wire in the ground. I want to mount it to the bottom of the deck. The nice thing is you can zip tie the wire up into these, and on a tree, the reason that's nice is because it leaves it loose, so that wire can still move up and down within here, but it keeps it fastened to the tree, and then you just screw it into the tree using a long screw, because the same concept is our tree mount stake now, is that as that tree grows, you're going to unscrew this so it grows further out. You do the same thing every year or two. You just back off this screw a little bit again, so that wire doesn't get engulfed by the tree and can keep growing with the tree. So screw tie, screw hole zip ties are a must. Shrink wrap connectors and tree mount stakes anytime you're mounting trees are three really good tools to have. Last little item I wanted to mention, because it's so popular, and on this project, you know, there was a couple peaks that we couldn't get to from the ground because we didn't want to have lights way out in the grass. So we used our gutter mount. This is probably has easily become one of my favorite ways to install lights, because basically what it does is just this little stainless steel bracket that fits right in the gutter, and it's got a couple screw holes here that you can just screw right into the side of the gutter. And then it's got your threads here that, instead of putting your light on a tree mount stake or ground stake, it basically just screws into there, and now you can go mount that in basically any gutter. And it's really easy because all the connections we use are waterproof. You can run your wire and make all your connections right in the gutter. I usually just run the wire up the downspout, eaves troughs, anything like that, anywhere to get it up there. If you want to keep things looking a little bit cleaner and you don't want to use a thicker 12 gauge wire, then make your connection in the ground wherever you need to go up into your downspouts, and maybe move down to an 18 gauge wire, because it's just a little bit thinner and it's easier to fasten with you know, just some simple little tacks, a staple gun, whatever it is. You know, a lot of times you'll worry about, oh, can I see the wire? But if you just do you know, doesn't even have to be a perfect job, but a little job of stapling that wire up along the walls or the corners of the house, or zip tying it to the downspouts, it really becomes unnoticeable. And by mounting some of those lights and catching some of those second story peaks of the house is just a really good way to elevate it. And that's one of the things we did here. With one little peak, we put 2 lights on, and it just makes the whole backyard of the house really stand out. And it would have been a totally different landscape design or landscape lighting design had we not done that. And really, it was just 2 simple lights and 2 simple gutter mounts to do that. Hey guys, I really hope you enjoyed that video presentation with some great tips and tools on how to go and properly and effectively light up your landscape And be sure, if you want your own free consultation video, just send me an email at cal@lightingdoctor.ca with a few pictures of your property, and we'll get back to you with some really cool ideas and ways to go and effectively light your property. And be sure to watch the videos after this one for more tips on how to install landscape lighting, as well as how to light up your landscape the best way possible.